Erosion, salinity, deforestation, pollution, climate change, and the extinction of species. The overwhelming tide of information now at our fingertips defines the problem. But how do we translate this knowledge into action? Our team is We Speak for the Trees, and this is the story of The Promise Tree, using art as a medium to create a sense of both personal and shared responsibility for environmental action. This project is inspired by the range of environmental datasets that are available for native flora in South Australia and is scalable to the national level.
First and foremost, the Promise Tree is a unique artwork. Each bare trunk provides the foundation for the transformation that will follow. Launched each June on World Environment Day, the bare Promise Tree will be displayed in a busy public location where it becomes the focal point for personal pledges of environmental action. Those pledges might include taking home a seedling of an Indigenous tree to plant, becoming a volunteer grower for Trees for Life, signing up to volunteer for a local environment group, or making a donation to an environmental charity. As each person makes their pledge, they pin a leaf with their first name on the Promise Tree and take a card with the details of their pledge and a website that will enable them to turn their promise into action.
As the tree becomes covered in foliage, not only does the Promise Tree take shape as a work of art, but also represents the collective impact of many individual acts of goodwill. A public Promise Tree would be on display for 8 weeks in each Natural Resource Management region, until National Tree Day on the 30th of July. Kits would also be made available for primary schools to participate and create their own Promise Tree, with associated activities supported by local environmental groups, giving school kids the opportunity to grow up and plant their own trees, and contribute to projects like creating wildlife corridors between patches of bushland.
The website that supports the Promise Tree will provide links to local environment groups, native plant nurseries or state flora, and other information on how to make personal pledges happen. It will also have a virtual tree for online pledges, school education, resources, and a page with a national map where details of honoured pledges can be posted to enable sharing through social media platforms.
The Promise Tree is about reminding ourselves that no matter where we live, every person has a role to play. Just like the thousands of leaves on a tree or the hundreds of trees that make up a forest, the actions of many people together can make a huge difference to our natural environment.